Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean Ferfaro. I would like to welcome you to the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences and College of Social and Applied Human Sciences Convocation ceremony this afternoon. Before I tell you a little about the ceremony proceedings today, I'd like you to take a moment to identify your closest exit so you're prepared in the unlikely event we would have to evacuate the building for any reason. All of our exits are marked by the green Running Man symbol, except for one. For our guests that are seated in the bleachers up here, there are exit doors along the running track on the east side of the building. That's just over there on your right. On my right, your left. There are 4 exits for those of you seated on the floor. For those of you on the left side of the floor, you can exit through the door at the back. For those of you on the right side of the floor, there are exits both at the front and the back of the room. Under no circumstances, go that way. Should the need arise, the ushers will direct you to your nearest exit from the building. Now, back to Convocation. The University of Guelph is honored by our graduates, and we take great pride in this Convocation. In order to allow full attention on Convocation, please silence all phones and electronic devices. Our colleagues from Alumni Affairs are hosting a social media program developed especially for Convocation. After the ceremony, please share your photos, memories, and advice with the graduating students by joining us on social media and using the hashtag #GuelphGrad. The ceremonials used for conferring degrees have evolved over a millennium, and the gowns and hoods represent that history. In general, the gowns for the baccalaureate and magisteriate degrees are black, and the color of the hood is different for each degree program. The doctorates here at the University of Guelph have a bright blue gown, and the honorary degrees are red. The University of Guelph crest that you can see on the screens behind me, and they are shown in your Convocation program, they also represent our specific history. The emblems in the crest show links with the Royal City of Guelph through the white stallion above, the connection to liberal arts through the book, to the sciences through the astrolabe, and our connection to abundance and agriculture through the cornucopia. The University of Guelph motto, rerum cognoscere causas, is a quote from Virgil. It is variously translated to be either happy is the one who is able to ascertain the reason of things, or perhaps to know the meaning of things. The procession of people into the hall is also influenced by ancient tradition. The piper will herald the start of the procession of graduates, the students who are all coming to graduate today. This will be followed by the arrival of the mace, which will lead the platform party. The mace is a symbol of authority of the university. It will be carried by the beadle. In medieval universities, a beadle was chosen by the instructor to work as an assistant. Today, the beadle is the ceremonial officer of Senate. Following the beadle and mace is the Chancellor, the President, members of the administration and the honorees, fellows of the university, members of the board and Senate, and members of faculty and staff. The degrees will be conferred in the order that you see in your program. The degrees are separated by categories representing the specific degree being awarded within the college. We will begin with doctorates and magisteriates, followed by the baccalaureate degrees. The name reader will present the scholars to the Chancellor and President by degree category. As the name of each student is called, the beadle will place the hood over the recipient's shoulders. This moment will be captured, and technology willing, there will be a simultaneous live webcast of the event to allow family members and friends to watch from a distance. The President will greet each student at center stage, and a photograph will be taken. Now, we understand the joy and excitement accompanying such an auspicious occasion, but we do ask that you please hold your applause until after each group of graduates has crossed the stage. I assure you, I promise you, there will be an opportunity for truly thunderous applause. Once all the degrees are conferred and all the cheers have been cheered, the Chancellor will close the ceremony and a recessional will play. Please remain standing during that recessional until all the platform party has processed out of the hall, and then remain at your seat for a brief closing announcement about exit procedures and the reception that follows. I will say briefly that in terms of the exit procedures, we would ask everybody to please remain in your seats for only 2 to 3 minutes after the graduates leave. We do need to keep the hallways clear to allow the graduates to actually get to the reception. If we all leave our seats, we clog up the hallways, and it's their day, and they can't get there. So we would ask you to please just hang out with me for 2 or 3 minutes at the end, and then I will dismiss us all in a calm and orderly fashion. If we do have some guests that need an accessible route, we do have an elevator just outside this front door here. Our ushers would be happy to assist you. Finally, may I be the first person to congratulate the graduands on all of their various successes and offer my congratulations to the family and friends who are here to support them. Welcome to Convocation at the University of Guelph. Please stand as you're able for the graduating class.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
While you are standing, please consider in your heart for one moment the land on which you stand. Join me to acknowledge and thank the diverse Indigenous peoples whose footsteps have marked this territory for centuries, such as the Arawandaren, Haudenosaunee, and Anishinaabe peoples. There's a story of a fellow who's running really late to a business meeting in downtown Toronto. He can't find a parking spot and knows the deal will go bust if he's late. After circling the block 7 times with no success, he looks on high and offers a deal. Find me a parking spot and I'll be righteous from now on, I promise. At that very moment, a car pulls out of a parking space right in front of him. Turning heavenward, he says, "You know what? Scratch that last deal. I found my own spot." It's a joke, but it carries an important message. We all need to carve a place in our heart, to develop a talent to be truly grateful people. You see, a truly grateful person does not need an unexpected windfall to feel a deep sense of gratitude. A genuinely grateful person looks for, finds, and recognizes what others take for granted, the courtesies, kindness, and compassion that fill their lives but go largely unnoticed. I would encourage you to take a few moments each day and consider all those in your life who gave of themselves so that you can be the person you are today. For those who turn a corner on this road and see but blessings and opportunities, those are the people that manage a sea change, an enormous turnaround as the microscope turns from a self-centered focus to the telescope that embraces one and all. All of you have abilities and talents that can have a positive effect for the entire humankind. You need but remember one adage, that the people not like us are still people like us. Thank you. Mazel tov. You may be seated.
Members of the board, honorary fellows and faculty of the university, family and friends, and graduates, welcome to the celebration of Convocation here at the University of Guelph. Let me also take this opportunity to extend a particular welcome to Sir Christopher Llewellyn-Smith, today's Convocation speaker, who will be introduced to you formally in a moment. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor and the privilege of serving as the President and Vice Chancellor of this great university. And let me kick things off by saying, graduates, this is your big day. You've worked hard, you've persevered, and you've made it. Well done. Congratulations. And now to begin today's ceremony, I'm pleased to introduce our Chancellor Martha Billes, to bring welcoming remarks. Chancellor Billes.
Thank you, President Vaccarino. It is a great honor to be with you today. Convocation is an exciting time for you, a time of eagerness, of mixed emotions, of wondering what lies ahead. I remember those same feelings sitting there just like you, 2,912 weeks ago, as I graduated from MacDonald Institute, one of our founding colleges at the University of Guelph. Not in my wildest dreams would I have thought I'd be back at my alma mater today, delivering this address as your Chancellor. Today is certainly a time of positive reflection as you look back on all you have accomplished. A sense of pride, a sense of success, the memories you've made and the people you've met. You're also looking forward with high expectations and hopes, excited to see how your past has helped get you to this moment. Your graduation day, and where all of this will take you into your future. That is such a powerful feeling, but it can feel overwhelming too. An important reminder I'd like to leave with you today is to take care of yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Your future self depends on self-care. Remember this. If something does not feel right, pause to understand why. Pay attention to what drives you internally. The answers lie within you. Years from now, if you're standing here on this stage giving this address as Chancellor, you may be pleasantly surprised where your career path and life have taken you, as am I. Our alumni have a strong history of living the university's mission to improve life. I know you are ready to do so as well. Keep asking the burning questions. Keep thinking and seeing things differently. Keep pushing for the change that our alumni are known for all around the world. When I was really young, my grandmother was a strong role model. She provided a solid foundation to think differently, speak freely, and taught me to persevere. Then when I graduated and began my career, women did not have an equal voice in many workplaces, and even worse, in society. And there's still work to be done to address gender equality for both men and for women. There were certain opportunities I was afforded and some I was not, simply because of my gender. Because of these circumstances, I saw things differently, and I asked of myself differently. Because I was told I could not do something, I thought of some ways to overcome those obstacles. Some even called me perverse. I encourage you, when faced with the inevitable challenges ahead, to persevere. Think of ways you can affect change, and sometimes even go so far as to be a little perverse. If you're told why you can't do something, hit reset. Switch your inner dialogue to focus on why you can. You will be surprised that if you tell yourself why you can do something enough times, it may just happen. Perseverance alone won't make you successful, but it can help you to do things you may have once thought were impossible. And remember that other adjective and be tad perverse. Lastly, Please always continue to give of yourself. Continue to give of your time and your talent. There is a reason why we're all here at the University of Guelph today, because we are change makers and we want to make a positive difference in the world. It's the Guelphiness in us that we can't quite put our finger on and describe that makes us unique. Your graduation today is evidence that you are capable of hard work, overcoming challenges and accomplishing goals. Now that you have these freshly minted parchments, well, in a few minutes, I suppose, I hope you decide to continue that hard work and to make a positive impact in whatever direction you choose to go, whatever cause it is that motivates you, and whatever you set your mind to. Ask for better. Push for better. Be better. We are proud of you, and undoubtedly, you will continue to make us proud. Remember, you are now University of Guelph alumni. This will always be your home. You will always be welcome here. Congratulations, graduates. I wish you the very best.
My name is Gabriel Carl. I'm a university professor emeritus at this university. Madam Chancellor, upon the recommendation of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I have the honor to present to you Chris Llewellyn-Smith, candidate for the degree of science honoris causa. Sir Chris has made numerous significant contributions as a physicist, a scientific leader, and a science advocate. In 2001, he was knighted for services to particle physics. As a theoretical physicist, he devised ways to establish the reality of quarks and gluons, the constituents of nuclear particles, and produced new arguments for the existence of the elusive Higgs boson. Later, as Director General of CERN, the European Laboratory for Particle Physics, he put together the proposal to build the Large Hadron Collider, which in 2012 discovered the Higgs boson. Today, CERN provides research facilities for 13,000 physicists from the world, including over 200 from Canada, whose participation in the Large Hadron Collider Sir Chris negotiated. In Oxford, he arranged for the merger of 5 previously separate physics departments and later served as the university's first director of energy research. As president of the Council of Sesame, which is an acronym for Synchrotron Light for Experimental Science and Application in the Middle East, he oversaw the construction of this major scientific facility, which is now in operation in Jordan. Sesame brings together scientists from member states that include Iran, Israel, and Palestine. Sir Chris has also chaired the Council of World Fusion Energy Project, ITER, and served as director of the United Kingdom's Fusion Program. He has spoken widely on science funding international scientific collaboration, and energy, and served on many national and international advisory bodies, including the United Kingdom's Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's Advisory Committee on Science and Technology. Elected to the Royal Society in 1984, Sir Chris received the Society's Gold Medal in 2015. Earlier this year, he received the American Association for the Advancement of Sciences Award for Science Diplomacy. I now ask you, Madam Chancellor, to confer upon Chris Llewellyn-Smith the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
By the authority of the Senate of the University of Guelph, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Congratulations. Here's your picture.
Hello, I'm Paul Garrett, Chair of the Department of Physics. The University of Guelph receives 2 Governor General silver medals each year to award to 2 graduating students with the highest cumulative average in any undergraduate degree program. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you Leah Formenti, one of the recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal. Throughout her 4 years at Guelph, Leah has demonstrated outstanding academic excellence. She is graduating with a BSc honors degree in physics with a cumulative average of 96%. Leah maintained this high level of performance in each semester of her program, maintaining an average above 93%, earning a grade higher than 87% in all of her 39 courses here, and a grade of at least 95% in 25 of those courses. For these academic achievements, Leah has also been awarded the SEPS Graduation Prize, the J.B. Reynolds Graduation Medal in Physics, the J.L. Campbell Scholarship, the James Hunt Scholarship, the R.C. Moffat Memorial Scholarship, the Heidel Farm Scholarship, and the Tony and Anne Arell Bursary. She has been on the College Roll of Distinction every year and has received the College of Engineering and Physical Science Dean Scholarship 3 times. In addition to her academic achievements, Leah has volunteered at the Student Food Bank in Guelph, the Stanley Park Ecology Society in Vancouver, has served as a campus tour guide, and was a student representative on the Physics Department Curriculum Committee. She has worked as a research assistant at Trent University, at the Canadian Nuclear Laboratories in Chalk River, at the Triumph Laboratory for Nuclear and Particle Physics, at McGill University, and also as a summer student at the CERN facility in Geneva. Leah will continue her studies as an MSc candidate in physics at McGill University. Madam Chancellor, I'm sure you will agree that Leah Formenti is an exemplary student and fully deserving of the Governor General's Silver Medal.
I am pleased now to invite Dr. Sir Christopher Llewellyn-Smith to give the convocation address. Dr. Sir Chris.
Madam Chancellor, President Vaccarino, members of the board, faculty, distinguished guests, and of course, graduating students. I'm deeply honored by this award, and I'm very delighted to be back here in Guelph. Although it's disorienting for a European to find London south of Paris and a Thames River flowing westward, and some of the place names are hard to grasp. Friends of mine who were arguing about how Tecumseh should be pronounced decided to find out when they stopped there to get something to eat. They asked the waitress, "Please tell us the name of this place," very slowly and clearly. She looked at them as if they were insane and said, "Tim Hortons." I offer my congratulations to the new graduates, as I do to their parents and families who've supported them, put them up, and put up with them. What sort of world will you find when you leave the shelter of academia? As Adam said to Eve on leaving the Garden of Eden, we live in a time of change. You should, of course, be prepared to find change, but despite what's often said, I do not think that the pace of change today is exceptional. Indeed, it's probably less than in my grandparents' and great-grandparents' days. Think of transport. It was not until 1853 that it was possible to go all the way from Chicago to New York by train, while the first long-distance train route in Canada from Montreal to Sarnia didn't open until 1860. Before that, it was horse and carriage, and planes and cars were, of course, unknown. By the beginning of the First World War, 500,000 cars were being built annually in the USA, and by the beginning of the Second World War, there were commercial flights across both the Pacific and the Atlantic. Think of communications. In 1852, news of the death of the great Duke of Wellington, after whom this county is named, took 6 months to reach Sydney in Australia from England. 49 years later, when Queen Victoria died, the news reached Sydney in 20 minutes. Meanwhile, the first transatlantic cable connecting Newfoundland to Ireland opened in 1858, and by 1904 there were 3 million telephones in the USA, and transatlantic phone calls followed in 1927. Since then, the only step changes in communication were the invention at CERN of the World Wide Web and the spread of smartphones, or so millennials such as you, who seem to regard them as indispensable, would argue. Last year, having been caught by a camera driving just over the speed limit, I was sent on a speed awareness course, and the instructor asked us whether, if forced to choose, we would rather lose our driving licenses or our phones. And to my surprise, the younger folks said they would rather lose their driving licenses. Returning to my theme that the pace of change is less today than it was in the mid-19th to mid-20th century, think finally of household goods and domestic drudgery. Electricity became available on a small scale locally, mainly to provide lighting in the 1880s. In 1892, a 640-kilowatt coal power station opened in my hometown of Oxford, and a 2-megawatt hydropower station opened near here on the Canadian side of Niagara Falls. However, the era of large-scale power generation and distribution only began in 1895, when a much larger station opened on the US side. But by 1907, our great-grandfathers could buy portable electric vacuum cleaners. Well, it was our great-grandfathers who probably paid, but it was most likely our great-grandmothers who used them. And since 1904, we've had electric washing machines, and from 1937, automatic washing machines that we would recognize today. My thesis is that in most respects, we do not live in a time of exceptional change. Although, of course, there are exceptions. Medicine is one, and I will mention another later. It's possible, of course, that the pace of change will accelerate. After all, in words sometimes attributed to the great physicist Niels Bohr, but more probably uttered by Yogi Berra, prediction is difficult, especially when it involves the future. And of course, I've been talking about technical change. Social change does not seem to have slowed down. Today, housework is usually shared, albeit not always equitably. I could not have imagined same-sex marriage or the legislation of cannabis when I graduated. And while some might have dreamt of it, few would have seriously believed that the Raptors might become champions. We can, probably should, worry that future changes may be for the worse. Perhaps we will not succeed in dealing with climate change. Global political tensions may intensify. Trade wars could conceivably turn into real wars. What can we do to reduce the risks? Good universities such as this can help. Universities act as guardians of the rational process. They produce graduates who can distinguish real from fake news, and they are crucibles for new ideas and technologies. In the case of climate change, there are many things that we should be doing to lower the risk, and plenty of advice is available, especially on what we should not be doing. A colleague of mine once went into a bar when he saw a sign that said, "Come in for a beer, a hamburger, and a friendly word." Having ordered a hamburger, taken a sip of the beer, he asked, "What about the friendly word?" The barman leaned forward with a confidential air and said, "Don't eat the hamburger." While it's not necessarily what the barman had in mind, it's true that reducing meat consumption would be good for the environment. Although, luckily for those of us who are not vegetarians, there are plenty of other things that we can do. Will we, society, succeed in doing them? When I speak about energy and climate change, which, to advertise shamelessly, I will be doing tomorrow when I will also be speaking about science diplomacy and science for peace, I'm often asked whether I'm an optimist or a pessimist. I know a good, if rather cynical, definition of a pessimist. A pessimist is an optimist who is properly informed. I like to think I'm reasonably well informed, but nevertheless, I'm an optimist. Why? First, because one area in which we are witnessing accelerating technical change is the development of clean technologies. Second, because I talk to young people such as you who are graduating today, and I sense their passion to make the world a better place. The rest of us are relying on you. Good luck. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kate Dewey, and I'm the Associate Vice President Academic for this university. It's my pleasure to be with all of you this afternoon on this very special day. I'd like to begin by thanking Sir Chris for your inspiring words. I think, as Sir Chris mentioned, change happens. It's been happening quickly for a long time. It will definitely happen during your next several decades. And if you're ready for it and you're willing to accept the fact that change happens and it's part of normal life, you'll roll with it and you'll take advantage of it. I'm sure you will. Well, graduates, it's now the moment that you've been waiting for. Will the graduating class please stand? Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you these scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University of Guelph, that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I hereby accept you for admission to your various and several degrees with all the rights, privileges, and obligations appertaining thereto.
Will the members of the graduating class please be seated?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mary Wells, and I have the great honor and privilege of being the Dean of the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences. Founded in 1989, our college is dedicated to becoming a national leader in student teaching and learning and research in the fields of physical sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Our overarching mission is to develop talent as well as create and disseminate new knowledge and technologies that improve life. The college is made up of 140 faculty members and 75 staff members, which are divided amongst our 5 academic units. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for choosing to complete your studies in our college and at the University of Guelph, and allow us to be part of your life as you grew up into adulthood. In the coming years, I would ask that you not forget your college, former professors, and fellow and future Griffins. I encourage you to stay in touch with us and keep us updated on the many achievements you will experience in your careers and your professional lives. We will always take great pride in your accomplishments and look forward to seeing you fulfill your own aspirations. On behalf of the college's faculty and staff, I would like to congratulate all of our graduates and wish you the best for the future. May the force be with you. Madam Chancellor and Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the baccalaureate scholars from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, that they may be admitted to their various degrees.
Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors Program, Laura Ibarra with distinction. Courtney Ingrid Koltoff with distinction. Gabrielle Rogg with distinction. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program, Megan Michelle Higgs. Graduating with the Bachelor of Computing Honors Program, Timothy Josh Annie Agda. Adnan Ahmed. Adam Bibby. Carter Austin Burrett. David William Buckley with distinction. Alex Chengxingyu Chen with distinction. Curtis Collins. Jack Patrick Colvin. Andrew Cote. Nisarg Dalvi. Aman Diman. Grant William Chance Douglas. Kendra Dubois with distinction. Lindsay Elliott. Zhang Liek Eng. Brenton John Edward Fairless with distinction. Jeremy Nathan Foxcroft with distinction. Jeremy Fries de Vubik. Ethan Paul Gagne. Lucas Giancola. Loran Andrew Gatsuli. William Charles Hazel with distinction. Tyler James Herbert with distinction. Daria Heiko. Patrick George Gerald Holding. Elliot Edward Hurick. Asen Hussein. Gagandeep Kaur with distinction. Thomas Alfred Kittner. Joel Patrick Clemens. Jacob Matthew Robert Narr with distinction. Patrick Hayes Cochan. Justin William Karaluk with distinction. Dhruv Ladd. Joshua Lang. Sean Ian Lunt. Nicholas Francis Macedo with distinction. Devin Drimmy Miller. Bhavanti Modchalingam. Mohammed Moyeldin. Vivian Victoria Ing. Nicholas Ilya Orkich. Kushal Koshik Pandya with distinction. Kevin Prince Duarte. Mustafa Ahmed Rashed. Anthony Robertson. Andre Allen Roel. Harun Salimi. Gregor Bramwell Sharp. Avery Speller. Nathan St. Germain with distinction. Benjamin Jeremy Walker with distinction. Jesse Williams with distinction. Reese Earl Young. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Computing General, Anthony Atia. Joram Bayer. Rebecca Natalie Daniel. Hao Shang Dong. Nathan Daniel Douglas. Hai King Gong. Sean Goralia. David Alexander Hudick. Michael Robert Joyce. Miso Kaites. Shoaib Kadir. James Jordan Lemke. Charlene Manuba. Mark Maluk. Abdul Kabir Olatinwo. Janine Pakanlungan. Nav Pal. Adam Sinclair. Matthew Smith. Konstantinos Soutos. Daniel Trutiak. Jianing Zhang. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors Program, Ilya Amosov. Elizabeth Ruth Brown with distinction. Saili Rupchan Bundeli. Thomas Barry Carver. Michael Casby. Kathleen Chu with distinction. Jodre Datu with distinction. Madeline Lindsay Duncan. Lauren Ann Dutcher with distinction.
We'll wait till you come back. He'll do it twice. Don't worry. Ray, it's twins. One more.
Megan Beverly Dutcher.
There you go. Go ahead.
Ryan Ebbers.
There you go.
Aidan Elliott England. Claudine Monica Estepa. Paul Anthony Foley. Leah Francis Formenti with distinction. Avery Linda Gowdy with distinction. Elizabeth Granick. Erin Eileen Hanley. Annie Huang. Charles Kenneth William Hulls with distinction. Jerry Jia Hyun Huang. Catherine Ann Janney with distinction. Ryan Edward Johnson with distinction. Sarah Walid Kamal Eddin. Anthony Stephen Key. Kendall Keach with distinction. Christine Ann Keon with distinction. Yasmin Knight. Matthew Angelo Kreitzer. Nicholas Vasilios Letwin with distinction. Man Keen Liu. Lisa Lang. Christina Linda Leota. Ryan John Luft. Mackenzie Brooke McLean Lemet. Yorgo Zoltan Mattheudakis. Lauren Kimberly McCullough with distinction. Amy Lynn McGinnis. Angus Moe. Aaron David Moon with distinction. Brianne Ashley Morris. Lindsay Ellen Morris. Rocky Sam Narang. Farnood Pakravan. Chloe Marie Papalazero. Janisha Patel. Austin John Pounder with distinction. Taryn Lee Quayle. Farouk Raouf. Ashley Joanne Robson Petch. Jonathan Roque. Bernard Nathan Ross with distinction. Marsha Umutoni Ruku. Allison Mary Salverda. Michael Richard Salverda. Anna Josephine Schwenke with distinction. Chelsea Elizabeth Sicard with distinction. Ashlyn Kaylee Simpson. Nicholas Jeremy Singh. Mary Christina Sisson. Bursabi Araya Solomon. Carl Dennis Stensel. Reem Timraz. Mayada Toima. Hung Truong. Stephen William Vanderberg with distinction. Nicholas Van Heist with distinction. Matthew Waggett. Nicole Jeanette Wardell with distinction. Tasha Lee Maxton Watchurst. Curtis Jonathan Whitaker. Priscilla Brittany Wong. Brolin Yonen. Rachel Victoria Zeller with distinction. Graduating from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Science General Program. Santa Al Antoine with distinction. Kendrick Miana. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all of the baccalaureate graduates from the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences.
Good afternoon. I'm Gwen Chapman, and I have the pleasure and honor to serve as the Dean of the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences. Our college traces its roots back to Macdonald Institute, one of the 3 founding colleges of the University of Guelph. We're now the largest college at the University of Guelph, with almost 5,000 students and 5 departments, those being family relations and applied nutrition, psychology, political science, sociology and anthropology, and geography, environment, and geomatics. In all of our programs, we provide students with a supportive, active learning environment that transforms how they understand themselves and the world and prepares them for diverse careers where they can respond to the challenges facing our world. Today, we are recognizing graduates of the Bachelor of Arts degree in majors including anthropology, geography, psychology, political science, and sociology, as well as our interdisciplinary programs in criminal justice and public policy, environmental governance, and international development. Madam Chancellor and Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the baccalaureate scholars from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences that they may be admitted to their various degrees.
Graduating from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors Program, Sarah Elizabeth Alderton. Mark Christopher Anderson. Aisha Saida Asif. Garrett James Barnum. Paige Madison Benham. Sarah Ellen Casey with distinction. Carissa Yvette Cavero with distinction. Matthew Chigano with distinction. Ava Tsi Ching Chiu. Sarah Rose Clapp with distinction. Catherine Olivia Clark with distinction. Emily D'Souza. Joshua Diaz. Jessica Dignan. Stephanie Fernandez. Jennifer Feston with distinction. Ty Fox with distinction. Zavera Gadiali. Tanisha Kaur Gill. Liam Nicholas Griffith with distinction. Alexandra Caitlin Gristy. Hope Jeanette Harwood. Julia Robina Elaine Hawken with distinction. Kevin Holden. Emma Jewell with distinction. Quincy Ann E. Jones. Kyle Ethan Kaji. Loveleen Kaur Kosa. Riley Jane Claire Knudsen. Sarah Marie Ann Kucheway with distinction. Fuong Ling Lei. Emma Ann Louise Littler with distinction. Matthew Paul Lowe. Natalie Joy Lupo Fluelling. Arhum Mahmood. Ryan Maltz. Rachel Masters with distinction. Jamie Brooke McKibben with distinction. Melody Minhorst. Harmanjit Singh Mundi with distinction. Brooke Alexandra Milray. Katie Lynn Darlene Nelezarik. Ryan Michael Nowak. Kelsey Angelina Nydam with distinction. Brandon O'Leary. Brittany Michelle Olif. Rachel Amelia Pearson with distinction. Sydney Ray Pereira with distinction. Natalia Christina Potichny. Shania Marie Pregasem. Scott David Rectoris McNabb. Carrie Margaret Cheryl Rice. Emily Bonnie Robertson. Erin Lavina Rogers with distinction. Jillian Siobhan Rourke with distinction. Nathan Fraser Roy. Brona Nicola Ryan. Sukhman Singh Sangha. Shauna Linnea Sanvido. Brittany Mary Scarrow. Matthew Allen Weber Sheik. Jocelyn Brianne Scott with distinction. Kyle Jacob Serafini. Janine Patricia Slayman. Laura Smith. Emily Chaves Sousa with distinction. Kristen Rachel Sousa. Chloe Michelle Spear. Michelle Cernek. Sasha Andre Stasev. Massima Taheri with distinction. Victoria Catherine Tennyson. Tiana Terino with distinction. Sarah Thomas with distinction. Cody Thompson. Matthew Kevin Tyrell with distinction. Raluca Elena Vanna. Stephanie Joanna Volpe. Chantel Alicia Watkins. Taryn Natalie West. Jesse Weimer. Heather Brooke Williamson. Erica Andrea Winkler. Jack Raymond Winter. Patrick Jeremy Zink. Graduating from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences with the degree of Bachelor of Arts General Program. Mouni Abdul Malik. Candace Louise Baker. Lucas Bernard Barlas. Kathleen Elizabeth Bennett. Stephanie Campbell. Spencer Dawn Candy. Danielle Alexis Crumpton. Richard John Daniels. Laura Nicole Delaretti. Robert DeProspero. Damia Sky Dusling. Kelty Ann Fraser. Yasmin Geshlagi. Brianna Heng Yi Ho. Emily Nora Ingram. Namit Kabir. Sarah Kassam. Julian Thomas Gleason Kennedy. Nimrod Kaufman. Christopher Kutniak. Liam Labute. Danica Kalina Lau. Erin Margaret LeMaitre. Connor Thomas Liddell. Adriana Lubicic. Colin Robert McBride. Gagandeep Kaur Minhas. Hayden Riley Nickel. Adesi Namdi. Connor O'Callahan. David Michael Oscroba. Megan Emma Pittman. Ashley Sharon Elizabeth Prue. Leo Vieira Rosati. Corshell Ganibi Salan. Dylan James Salmon. Danielle Christine Samuels. Aditya Satyan. Jessica Lorraine Skanes. Jeffrey David Anschutz Snow. Brendan Paul William Torlone. Haley Elizabeth Vanderpost. Jared Edgar Van Rebes. Calvin Witzel. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating all of our baccalaureate graduates from the College of Social and Applied Human Sciences.
Madam Chancellor, I would ask that you confer the various and several degrees on the graduands listed in the program but unable to be present at this ceremony.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University of Guelph, I confer the various and several degrees in absentia on the graduands not present.
Well, graduates, you did it. Congratulations. Well done. Well, let me take this opportunity now to welcome all of you to the Griffin alumni family. This, of course, is a growing family joined this week by some 3,000 new graduates. The University of Guelph alumni now number more than 170,000 graduates around the world. Now, as you can imagine, we are so very proud of your accomplishments here at the University of Guelph and really do look forward to seeing how the foundations that you've developed here as a student will continue to support you in the months and years ahead. Now, following this ceremony, the college deans will be hosting a reception for all the graduates and their guests in the field house. And the reception really is a way to cap off this ceremony. And so in one way, it's an ending, but in another and perhaps even more important way, it really is a beginning, because it is the first ever alumni reception for you as new graduates. And as one journey ends for you today, another begins, or as Kawhi Leonard might say, we're not done yet, right? Yeah, So University of Guelph is the place where you took important and, I would say, foundational steps towards your lifelong journey. A place where those steps perhaps got you thinking about how you can make a difference, how you will make a difference, and how you will improve life for yourselves, but also for others. The university has helped to prepare you, to fashion you for life, and to many ways help shape your own identity. You are at an important and meaningful juncture. And I'd encourage you actually to take a moment right now to actually slow down, to savor what it feels like to be at this particular juncture. Your journey is going to take you down many, many roads, and of course those roads will not be linear roads. And not only they won't be linear, but they won't be unidirectional. They won't be one-way roads. You leave here today, but part of you remains here. You'll find yourselves back on campus from time to time, connecting with that part of you that remains here, perhaps for a reunion or other gathering. Each time you return will be an opportunity to recalibrate, to check in with classmates, to share life stories, and to remember what this turning point at this moment felt like. It'll be an opportunity to reconnect, to reflect, to recharge, to reharness some of that enthusiasm, anticipation, eagerness, and I would suggest even some of that nervous energy that you may be feeling right now. Reunions are a great opportunity to maintain that sense of connectivity, that sense of connectiveness with your academic and social roots here at the university, and also remind you of this important juncture as your own stories will continue to unfold. So remember to come back at least to keep in touch, even if only to check in on that part of yourself that will always be here. The moments you experience here will always be a part of you.
Your university experience is made up of moments. From the moment you opened your acceptance letter, survived online enrollment, and packed the moving van, your adventure began. From the nerves of being a first-year student who chose to make Guelph their home, you became part of a community. From the days you met your first roommates, made your first university friends, and moved into your first apartment, your social circle grew. From the times you missed your family, weren't sure if university was for you, then bravely decided that it was, you gained courage. From the late-night study sessions to the early morning exams and finishing your projects at the very last minute, you proved to yourself that you could do it. From the summer jobs, the co-op terms, and the contacts you made in your field of study, you turned your classroom learning into practical experience. From the football games, the campus clubs, and the groups you were the beating heart of, you showed that nothing is stronger than a Guelph connection. From the moment you donned your gown, crossed the stage, and got the degree you worked so hard to earn, you have been part of something special. From the University of Guelph, we say thank you. Thank you for contributing to a culture and reputation that's unlike any university in Canada. Thank you for innovating, striving for excellence, and helping us to improve life. Thank you for continuing your relationship with the university as mentors, advocates, and proud alumni. Thank you for sharing some of your most important moments with us. Congratulations, and thank you for forever being a Griffin. Welcome to the alumni family.
Graduates, my heartfelt congratulations and very best wishes to all of you here. And now the final word comes from our Chancellor, Chancellor Billis.
Convocation is dismissed.